Michelle. How are you doing today?
Doing well.
That's good. What brings you in today?
Well, I've been having some trouble at school lately, and I've also been having issues with my fiance.
Okay, so trouble at school and with your fiance.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about how would you like to start?
Well, I guess we could start with school
Okay.
because I just got out of school. So I'm having trouble with school and juggling all the assignments and work and kind of juggling with also life challenges. And sometimes I get caught up in all of that, and I seem to get overwhelmed and kind of freak out.
Get caught up in all of that, as in your schoolwork, or getting caught up in life and it distracting you from your schoolwork?
I would say a little bit of both,
Okay.
because first it'll be one little thing, and I'll get distracted, and then I'll start thinking of all these other things. Oh well, I'm not on top of this, I'm not on top of that, and then it just spirals into this big anxiety ball where I eventually explode, and then realize, all right, I got to recoil, I got to get together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds like you're very overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Okay, so now is your fiance, you have specific issues going on with that right now, or you just feel like with school you're putting that second, or?
Yes, definitely putting that second. We work very opposite schedules. I work all day, and then I go to school at night, and he actually goes to school during the day and works at night and weekends. So we barely see each other, only in passing, and it seems as if the only times we ever are communicating is fighting about little petty things. So, oh, the laundry wasn't done. Oh, well, why don't you pick up this or do that? And, it's just the only communication we have is those little petty things.
Okay, so are you guys free this weekend?
No.
No. Okay.
Actually, unfortunately, I am off, and he has been working. His actual 2 days that were off were the 2 days that I was gone all day, and then I came to school. So his days off were actually my days on, and he actually just started this new job. So for now, we can't really come to the boss and ask for a schedule change for a couple more weeks until he's more settled there. So it's kind of tough.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it. So do you think that maybe as a homework assignment, do you think it would be possible for you guys to find time, even if it's like a 2-hour movie, in between or after when he gets home from work? Do you think that you guys have time in the next week?
Definitely, probably by next week. I'm thinking maybe Mondays. Normally, I get off work and we have time together. So maybe we could go do something together. Then that would be nice. I would like to spend some quality time with him and not just be barking. I feel like I'm barking orders at him all the time. I feel like I'm always telling him, "Well, why didn't you do this? Why?" And then he retaliates back because that's the only communication we're having.
Mm-hmm.
So we're both really stressed. It's the first time we've both kind of been in the situation where we're working full time and we're going to school. And this is the first time I've actually ever worked, a 9 to 5 full time. So I've worked other full time jobs, but they've been different hours, and so it's an adjustment for both of us.
Definitely sounds like it. So is there something specific that you guys enjoy doing together? Or, because I know that you're talking about you guys bickering a lot back and forth and that being your communication, but at least one positive is that you are aware of that.
Right.
So what is something that you could plan to do that you guys enjoy doing, so maybe it'll take some of the sting out of the being around each other?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We definitely love taking our dog places. So we've been saying we wanted to, make a plan to take her somewhere and let her kind of run around and have a blast. But we haven't actually committed to it yet. So I think that would be a good thing for us to plan to do, to take the dog, to the beach or to the park or somewhere for her to frolic.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. So that's a good common interest between the two of you.
Yeah.
Anything else going on that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I'm just, I'm having actually some trouble also at work with dealing with new people and being the new person. It's really tough being that person who everybody's looking down on right now and thinking that I'm going to mess up whenever I feel like I deserve to be there just as much as they are. And people who are looking down on me are actually only my coworkers and not my boss or anything. They have said only good things about me, and I feel as if there's some hostility between the coworkers and me because I'm the new person. So that's also kind of adding on to the stress from work. And
Yeah, it definitely sounds like they're putting a lot of pressure on you.
yeah.
So have you approached anyone to confront that?
I haven't because I'm new and I don't want to overstep that boundary. And I actually had a conversation with my dad, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way too, and it kind of put me in those spirals that I was talking about the other day. I called him and I had done my first lesson with the girls, and I was really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him about how there was a little hostility between me and one of the coworkers there, and he told me that I should act as if everybody is evaluating me. And I kind of took that, I think I took it the wrong way. And so I kind of got upset at that because I was thinking, well, these people aren't my boss.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I be listening? Why should I be upset over them looking down? Maybe they have jealousy because I actually am kind of taking over a part of this girl's job, which is not that she was doing it bad. It's just that wasn't what she was hired to do. So I feel like there might be some hostility because of that. So kind of having that conversation with my father actually was trying to make it better, but he was trying to help, but it kind of made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of had that hostility towards that too over the situation.
Did you let him know that bothered you?
No, I did not because, I was so busy and I was actually just called him right on the way home, and I was going to the store, so I didn't tell him that, but, I really do want to bring that up to him, that it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. I don't think that he was coming off that way, but I just think that it definitely, to me, I took it like personally, like
Mm-hmm.
very personally.
Well, I think that it's good that maybe you haven't mentioned it yet, because it sounds like you've had time to process and reflect on how that made you feel and maybe why it made you feel that way. I mean, it sounds like you've really thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that now would be, or whenever you talk to him next would be a good time to address it.
Yeah.
Because maybe if you had addressed it in that moment with all those feelings, then it might not have led the same way that it will if you talk about it now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, all right, I'm really that was like a Monday. I was really stressed after work. It was like my first day that I was like
Mm-hmm.
not in training anymore. My 80 hours were up, and I was like, supposed to be equal with these coworkers of mine. And, obviously most people there are very nice and I very enjoy it. But there's obviously hostility. And I mean, I can understand. I'm new. I'm coming into this, program. These people have been here, and, they might have feelings of who did this job before me, that might not be as good, or I might not be the person that they would have hired. But unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. I'm doing my best, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying, and I do care about this position, so I feel as if that should come off from me, and that they should take that into consideration.
Do you think that you tend to care a lot what people think of you?
Not. It depends. Like, I would say in my personal life, like my family and friends, I do care. But normally, just walking on the street, honestly, I'm the kind of person who I really don't care. You can like me, you can like me not. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't bother me either way. But in a work setting, yes, I do. I don't want to have any, like, I definitely don't want to have tension between the people I work with, because I'm the kind of person where I really want to connect with everybody, and I just want to be able to, have a good, relaxing work environment where we can all, get what we need to get done, but also laugh together and kind of let that steam off, because we work in a tough environment. Work with these girls, and they have serious issues, and so sometimes we need to laugh it off. And I don't want anybody to have hostility towards me, because we're supposed to be a team, and if we're not a team, then we're not doing our job right. And so I do care in that sense about what they think about me, but in a general sense, I'm not one of those people who's always consumed in the thoughts of what are people going to think this way. Honestly, I could care less. But this situation, I do.
Okay.
I care.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I'm asking because I'm wondering if the pressure or their expectations are affecting your performance.
Right.
Like instead of you coming in and yes, you know you're new to this position, so they have more experience than you, but it doesn't mean that you're not capable.
I can't get it to
Awesome.
stop.